here we go. We got these all cut up and did a little weaving here and or wiggle wood. I have a video out there called how to weave or wiggle wood. If you want to watch that, see how to do this, I'll link that at the end of the video. We're ready to go here. So I'm going to take and cut these into rounds to make a lazy Susan today. Just a temporary little jig here to kind of circle without making a hole in this. I just want to do that because I'm probably going to do a round cutting board in the future. Wanted to learn how to make a circle without a hole. So here's the jig I was talking about. So I've got, I'm going to use some 5/8 inch dowel, wood dowel. So I've drilled a 5/8 inch hole here, center off the blade here. I've got a clamp here that holds this on. So I have a guide here that fits in here, so that fits pretty snug. Put this in here, get it all lined up. Let's see if I can get that here. Get it all lined up, and I put a stop on it here so that I can put a clamp on it and it'll hold it in place here. So the idea is to get this in place here until I get the center, until I hit my stop, put the clamp on, and then cut my circle. We'll see how that goes. Find half, somewhere in there. So now we'll just put a little piece of tape on here and then we'll measure that again. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. I've got some painter's tape on here. I marked the center. Same here. I kind of found the center, put the tape over it, make sure I was pretty close to the center here. So I got the center marked. So we'll go from there. So what I'm using today is a 5/8 inch jowl because that's just what I have. 3/8 would probably work just fine, maybe even 1/4 inch. But I'm using some 5/8. So I'm going to cut it 1/4 of an inch thick using my bandsaw. We'll see how that works out. Here we go. So here we go. Got two 1/4 inch pieces here. So we'll move over to the table. Okay, I'm going to use a little Gorilla super glue. It's just like CEA glue, same thing. And then I'm going to use some activator to activate this. So I'm going to glue this little tab on here using some super glue. So I'll put this down here. Spray the top of this, a little super glue or activator. Just got to be close, that's all. Hold it on there. We'll see how good it's holding here. That's pretty good. Do the other one. Right. Okay, it's the first time I'm using this jig, so I got my pen glued on here. Gonna try to line that up with that hole in the table. There we go. Looks like that's gonna work. We'll fire this thing up and try it out. Here we go. Here we go. That worked pretty good, I'd say. That little guy. We'll cut the other one next. Nice. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so far, this activator and super glue, CA glue, work pretty darn good. So we're gonna see how hard it is to get this off of here. Not too bad. It's on there pretty good, that's awesome. Pretty good. Okay, I'd say that works pretty good. I like that jig. Okay, I'm using a clear polyurethane, oil-based. I like oil-based. It makes the wood pop a lot better than the water-based stuff. So it takes a little longer to dry, but that's the trade-off. I'm using a satin finish on this. Okay, we've got the last coat of polyurethane put on these. So they're pretty dry, they're setting up. So what I like to do is soften them up a little bit with a shine on there, with a little bit of this gray Scotch-Brite. It's really fine, but it takes some of that shine off. And if you just go with the grain, it takes the little tiny bumps out of there and makes it feel really smooth. But it softens it up, and in my opinion, just my opinion, it makes it look a lot nicer. So you want to just soften these guys up a little bit, especially on the edges a little bit where they're really shiny. Just kind of soften that and it kind of blends everything right in, and it looks really nice. So we'll go get the hardware put on these and turn these into Lazy Susans. Okay, we're over here. We're going to put some hardware on this oh boy here. I got this Lazy Susan turntable hardware from Amazon. It's called Daily Danny, and this is an 8-inch. So what I'm going to do is, it comes with feet on both sides of this, so that you can just simply set it on stuff if you wanted to, and it works great for that. So I'm going to take the inside feet off here. And then fasten this to this. So I got to find center here, and then we'll get this fastened. We got this centered. So now I'm going to just take a little awl here and get that kind of centered in the hole here. All right, that should do it. So I got my 4 marks there. So now we'll pre-drill that out for these screws to go into. These are number 8s, and they're 3/4 of an inch long. They need to be just a tad longer, but I think they're going to work just fine. And then we'll use some, and they're stainless, and I'm going to put some stainless washers up underneath there to separate this. This should roll okay, but I think if I tighten it down too tight, it might bind up a little bit. So I'm going to add these in here for just a little standoff off this. Okay, looks like we're set there. Okay, just made a couple of Lazy Susans here out in the shop here. I think they turned out pretty good. Those will be fun. This one I got the hardware mounted on. This one I don't, so you can do different things with it. Fun project. Get out there and do it.